Old Turtle by Douglas Wood is a fable where an old turtle teaches all the beings of the world what God truly is and where we can find him. This story is appropriate for all ages. Once, a long, long time ago, yet somehow not so very long, when all the beings of the world could speak and understand one another, there began an argument. It started off quietly, quiet as the first breeze that whispered, "He is like a swift wind," gentle as the stone that said, "He is a great rock," quiet as the mountain that rumbled, "God is like a snowy peak high, high above the clouds." The fish in the ocean answered, "God is a swimmer deep beneath the dark blue depths." "God," said the ant, "is a sound and a smell and a feeling who is very, very close." "God," said the star, "is far, far away beyond the farthest twinkling light." "No," argued the island, "God is separate and apart." "God," thundered the waterfall, "is like a river who flows through the heart of all things." "She is a great tree," murmured the willow, "a part of everything, always growing and always giving." "She is a hunter," roared the lion. "God is gentle," chirped the robin. "He is powerful," growled the bear. The argument grew louder and louder and louder until suddenly a new voice spoke. It seemed to come from Old Turtle. Now, Old Turtle hardly ever said anything, let alone something about God. But Old Turtle began to speak. "God is indeed deep," she said to the fish in the sea. "Yet higher than high," she told the mountains. "God is swift like the wind, yet still like a great rock," she told the breezes and the stones. "God is very close by, yet beyond the farthest twinkling light," she told the star and the ant. "God is above all things and within all things. God is all that we dream of and all that we seek, all that we come from and all that we can find. God is." The animals were stunned into silence. They had never heard Old Turtle speak this much before. But Old Turtle had one more thing left to say. "Soon there will be a new family of beings on this world. They will be strange, yet wonderful. They will be tender, yet strong. And they will be kind and powerful. They will come in many different shapes and colors, with different faces and different ways of speaking. Their thoughts will soar to the stars, but their feet will walk the earth. They will be reminders of all that God is, and a message of love from God, and a prayer from the earth back to God." And the people came. But the people forgot. They forgot that they were a message of love from God and a prayer from the earth back to God. They began to hurt one another. And they even began to kill one another. They forgot where God was. They questioned who God was and wasn't. where God was or wasn't, whether God was or wasn't. They even began to hurt the forests and the oceans and the breezes and the stones and the animals. This went on for a very long and scary time, until finally a new voice spoke. It rumbled loudly like thunder and whispered softly like butterfly sneezes. It seemed to come from the mountains who rumbled. Sometimes I see God swimming in the deep blue depths of the sea. The oceans sighed. I see God reflecting the sun off the high peaks. Or from the star who said, God is very close. Or from the tree who said, God's love touches everything. Or from the island who said, God's love can be felt everywhere. And finally, the people began to listen. They began to hear, and they began to see God in one another and the earth. Old Turtle smiled, and so did God.